in their crock pot stirring up. We're gonna attack Billy Carson. We must do everything we possibly can, including making fake accounts, making bots and robot accounts to comment and hate and try to thumbs down videos. And I'm on their tongue and their lips every minute of the day. When they go to sleep, they dream about me.
Wow.
When they wake up, the first thing they do before they kiss their wife or their boyfriend, they talk about me.
Billy Carson gets absolutely exposed. He's just someone who takes the Bible and claims that it's false at the end of the day, and he completely got exposed by Wes Huff, so it was absolutely amazing. And so we're going to be reacting to some of his claims, going to see if his claims are legitimate or not. So let's get right into it.
That use the name of Christ as their battle shield to go do evil things and do a lot of things behind the scenes that are very dark, and to try to create this global network for little old Billy Carson. They have to attempt, and it's a bad attempt. They have to network with hundreds of thousands of people all over the world.
Hundred of thousands?
To supposedly end Billy Carson's career.
No, it really wasn't that crazy. You were going on someone's podcast, a smaller podcast, and he brings on an actual scholar and exposes all of the lies that you just randomly say and act so confident to say.
They don't realize not only are they not ending my career, they're making me more famous because they call my name out every 5 minutes. I'm on their tongue and their lips every minute of the day. When they go to sleep, they dream about me.
Wow.
When they wake up, the first thing they do before they kiss their wife or their boyfriend, they talk about me. They post me and call my name 24 hours a day, nonstop. They're absolutely infatuated with me. And because of that, and because of what they have done now, they have created this whole energy field. That's what's behind me now, this flower of life energy. They've created this energy. There's only one force that exists in the entire known universe. One force, one consciousness. There's only one. And that one force can be used for darkness, and it can be used for light, just like the Jedi.
See, that's what he believes, just one force, and we can all become with the force. He's part of the new age generation, and he just doesn't want to submit to authority. He doesn't want to submit to Jesus. He grew up in church. He grew up believing in the Bible, and then lots of crazy things happened, and it's sad. He just thinks that there's an entire conspiracy, and everyone is just dreaming about him. What in the world? You're spewing lies, and I can't believe how many people actually believed in your lies. It's mind-blowing.
The Jedi will use the force for dark. The Jedi will use the force for light, and the Empire will use the force for darkness. It's up to the wielder of the power. But the true masters know how to turn that dark energy into light. So all this energy that they're in their crock pot stirring up, we're gonna attack Billy Carson. We must do everything we possibly can, including making fake accounts, making bots and robot accounts to comment and hate and try to thumbs down videos and attack and threats against his 12-year-old child.
Okay, I don't know about the threats thing, if that's happening, I'm sorry, but everything else, you really think people have bots who are buying bots to delete and dislike your video? Maybe it's just because the videos that you're making are full of lies and deceit, and they're trying to discredit the most popular religion in the world. And everything that you say actually doesn't have any backing to it at all. But before I read the scriptures to see what it's actually about, I believe Billy, he is dangerous. Yeah, like for people who don't know the Bible and haven't read it for themselves, they could be easily swayed by someone like Billy because he's so confident.
Threats against his family, which I'll go over in a little bit, as they try to track down his goons, or whatever you call these people, these zealots. Track down, want to find out where I live, want to show up where I'm going to be. want to beg their followers for money to try to investigate and research me. Why are they doing this? Why are these defendants doing this? Well, there's two reasons, actually, maybe even three. The first reason is clout. These defendants, are actually clout chasers. That's what they are. They're pure clout chasers. Nobody really cares to know who these people are, except for the people that are in their religion and which is not even a religion. It's more than religion. It's more like a cult. Because
So 2.5 billion people is no one cares because that's how many Christians there are. He's just literally playing the blame game. Like, at the end of the day, he's right about this. He is getting more famous because this is happening. I am glad that Wes Huff made these videos because he actually was saying that more and more people have finally said and came to him saying that this really helped me because they gone down the Billy Carson rabbit hole and started to believe some of the lies, and now they stopped, which is amazing.
I know real Christians and I know cult people. This is a cult. I know real Christians, good friends that are real Christians. And what they're in is not Christianity, it's something totally different. So let's break it down tonight. We got 5,400 in the live chat. We got to get some more people in here. Make sure you guys share this video. We need more people in here. Get this video shared to everybody you can possibly get it out to. Get it on out there. Let's see if Billy Carson's career is really going to come to an end. You see, you can't end the career of an independent man, a self-made man. I don't have any corporate contracts. I didn't sign a book deal with a major company. I own my own publishing company. I didn't sign a clothing deal with a clothing company. I own my own clothing company. Nice threads too. My own watch. My own shoes, my own everything. You can't shut down somebody or end the career of somebody. Environment for with the family, and they would come on trips with us and we would go on trips with them.
Thanks.
We have private jets.
So the people that he went live with was a friend. Yeah, he definitely needs deliverance, which is crazy. He's going to make excuses why he did terrible for this debate by saying he was sick, he weighed 206 pounds, and then he gained 15 pounds after. Like, being sick makes you make the same claims that you've always made, which are really, really easily debunked. I'm so rich, guys, trust me. I believe he's rich.
Knowing debates like I do, because I've been in real debates, and so whatever. I didn't think of nothing of it at that exact moment. So the first thing he asked me is about the gospel, the gospel of Jesus' wife. Okay, I think that was the first thing. It might have been the second thing, but it might have been the first thing. Either that or the Sinai Bible question. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I give my answer about the gospel of Jesus' wife. To what I knew about it. Not even a deep answer, just a very surface answer. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm just surviving at this moment. And then the gentleman, defendant number 2, he comes back with all this rhetoric about it's a known fake and it's this and that and everything else and it's no good and it doesn't exist and blah, 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 blah.
That's because it is. So he's playing this off as like blah, 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 but it's actually real artifacts. And also, the evidence that you use are known forgery. That's why you can't use that to argue against Jesus, because they're forgeries. Everyone admits that they're forgeries. So, like, what are you saying? And every time that Wes Huff proved a point, Billy Carson's just like, yeah, I guess if you say so. Like, what? You had plenty of time to give a rebuttal, but he doesn't.
Blah, blah, or it's fake or whatever he's talking about. I'm like, okay, well, let me get my rebuttal in on this fakeness. But I never got a chance to get my rebuttal because I had something very important to say about that, which I'm going to talk about tonight about the gospel of Jesus' wife. And I'm going to play a couple of short videos as well. Okay. And then the second question, or maybe it was the first, like I said, I can't remember. And again, I was so sick and ill, to be quite honest with you. Maybe I did bumble my words a couple of times with the Sinai Bible or the Barnabas text. It's quite possible. Look, Some of y'all think I'm an alien, but I'm really human. Okay, I'm a person just like you guys are. And to that effect, and being in that weakened state, which he knew he caught me at one of my most weakest states. He saw how I only weighed 206 pounds at his house. So it was very, very frail and thin. I've gained back now 15 pounds, but at the time I was very thin, just weak. But I'm human.
But he called you out on all of the things that you've been saying, and you said the same things. That's the problem. It's not like you said something totally different that you've been saying. That's just not the truth.
I mean, I might have bumbled the Barnabas text for the Sinai text or whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is I never got a chance to answer any questions or get my voice heard.
That's not true.
That's what really matters. But I'm going to break down the Sinai Bible tonight, and I'm going to break down the gospel of Jesus' wife and some other things tonight as well. Mm-hmm. I'm going to break them down the way that I wanted to talk on that video, but never got a chance to say anything. And then what they did was, they're pretty slick. So every time I had something really important to say or a deep question to ask, defendant number 2 video would just magically disconnect. Boop, he's off again. Oh man, he's off again. I don't know what happened. The first time it happened, I was like, that's strange, because it didn't happen when he was talking, and his video was very clear and crisp, like almost 4K. Then he comes, he gets back into the.
So he's saying that Wes Huff purposely disconnected, which is crazy. It doesn't make any sense. You would want to be able to hear his rebuttal and then be able to have a comeback.
Live feed to the whatever app they were using. I'm not sure what kind of app it was. He's back on. He's dialed back in. Now I'm trying to ask my question. I'm getting overridden with other texts, other words from defendant number 1. He's overriding what I'm trying to say, everything I've got to ask. He's talking over me. I'm the person that's there supposed to be in this debate. I can't even get a word in. And as soon as I say one thing, the other guy, defendant number 2, he's overriding and talking over me. I'm just sitting there patiently, just quiet, okay. You can see me, I'm just sitting there. Then all of a sudden I have something powerful to say and a response to say. Boop, disconnects, video disconnects right when I start talking again. No more video feed gone. I'm like, this is crazy. Now I see what's going on. This is an actual setup, because every time he would come back and start talking dogmatically and talking all this garbage, he would then pick up his cup and do this and give a smirk. So I saw then at that moment, I realized, oh, this is a contrived setup video to make me look like I'm some type of...
Maybe because what you're saying is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely hilarious, because he knows he got you. He knows what you're saying is just ridiculous, and he has an answer for it. It's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I think he's just making things worse.
So they can go bragging to all their Christian buddies and friends in their cult, and, oh, he didn't know the answer to these 2 questions. Not really. Again, I try to hold off at having faith that maybe Mark wouldn't be involved in something like this. 3rd time happens again, disconnects the video feed. 4th time happens again, disconnects the video feed. 5th time happens again, disconnects the video feed. Only when I'm talking. And I realized after the 5th time, this is bullcrap. This is, and I said, Mark, this is garbage, man. What, you guys, this is a setup. This is ridiculous. Every time I have something to say, he's disconnecting I can see him literally disconnecting his video manually. And only one time I got to ask a couple of questions, I could see him on his screen on ChatGPT trying to look for the answer real quick. And he gives some round.
He's really accusing him for using ChatGPT. That's absolutely insane. Bro's saying, bro sources, trust me, bro.
About ridiculous answer when it came to some of the tablets. And I realized then that this was bogus and unprofessional and something I would never want to be a part of. Absolute total trash. And I told Mark at that moment, I'm leaving, man. I gotta go. I have an air conditioning guy coming to my house. I have my mother-in-law coming into town, and something happened too. We have 5 AC units, and I don't even know which one of them is acting up. All I know is one of the rooms in the house upstairs where she's gonna be is hot. So I had to have somebody come over and find out which AC unit out of the 5 was broken. So I'm like, I'm not gonna miss this appointment for this trash. This is garbage. So I walk out in the middle, and I tell him, don't use this. I don't approve this. I never signed a consent form. When you go to a podcast, if you don't know the video etiquette, I'm going to tell you right now. Anytime I show up to any podcast I show up to, Joe Rogan, PBD, I mean, you name it, right? Next Level Soul, wherever I'm at, the first thing you do is you sit down and you sign a release form. That's just basic standard legal. You sign a release form. I didn't sign any kind of release form. I never gave any authorization or consent. Luckily, because that now makes the video illegal to use with my likeness, my face, my voice.
That's not true.
Any form, any shape or form, even if it's just a 10-second clip, even if it's 1 second of me, I did not consent. Why? Because it's unprofessional, and I knew they were going to utilize it to show me in some type of a negative light for their own self-gain, for some type of clout chasing.
That's absolutely wild. I wish you would just like own it and be like, I did bad. Let's run it back. You know, something like that. I think that would be great. But instead, he's just Matthew 7:15 says, "Beware of false prophets who come disguised as harmless sheep, but are really vicious wolves." Yeah, I wonder how this all ends. It's crazy. There's so much about it. You should definitely go check it out. But yeah, you could see like Billy Carson got away with so many stuff for so long. And then finally, he talked to someone who actually knew what they're talking about and got debunked. Congratulations, praise Jesus. Thank you so much. We hit 20,000 subscribers yesterday. Praise God. The goal was to hit it before the end of the year. And God is good.